Hello and welcome to erpwebtutor.com, and this will be a very short tutorial for a menu and functions which are associated with the responsibility. In the previous tutorial we mentioned about a responsibility having a set of menus and functions associated with it. So in this tutorial we'll see what a menu and function is, and we'll also go to the Oracle app screens and see how they are set up and where to set those up. So let's see what this slide says. It says a menu is a hierarchical arrangement of functions and menus of functions. Okay, that's kind of confusing, so let's try to explain it. So it is a hierarchical arrangement of functions. So a menu can have all different kinds of functions added to it, and also it can have menus under it. So that's why it says it can be an arrangement of functions and menus of functions. So you can define a menu and then add that menu to another menu as a submenu. So basically a menu can have functions or submenus. Each responsibility has a menu assigned to it. So that's pretty clear. A menu entry is a menu component that identifies a function or a menu of functions. Again, it's kind of repeating what the first line says. Oracle applications provide the ability to identify pieces of applications logic as functions. Okay, so now we are talking about functions. So a function is basically which is being invoked when you click on it, and it's either opening some screen, either it's opening some web page, or it's performing some action. So it's actually doing some kind of application logic. So the function security, so it has form functions. If it's a form function, it invokes an Oracle form, and if it's a non-form function, then it executes something within the form. So let's go back to the Oracle screen and then make things a lot easier than going through the definitions. So in order to get into the functions, let's take another responsibility and see what kind of menu it has, and then we will go inside the menu of that. Okay, so let's again remember F11, control F11, and let's search for one of our responsibilities. So we have demo HR user as our responsibility, and the menu here is demo HR user menu. So let's go and see what this menu has. So we will copy this menu, and then the navigation for going to a menu screen is application. The responsibility is system administrator. So application, menu. Now we have already copied the menu name from the responsibility. Now again, we will have to query for that menu on the menu screen. So let's copy this menu name and then paste it here, and we will query it. If you see here, there are two prompts. One is a menu and the other is a user menu name. So what we did here, we copied the user menu name. So we will paste our copied data on the user menu name field, and then we will hit control F11. Now, as we can see here, we have the prompt and then we have submenu. So basically this menu contains submenus, which is the US SHRMS people, US SHRMS fast path, and then US SHRMS recruitment, and so on. And then we have HR view benefits and pre-enrollment message, which are functions. So now in the slide we talked about a menu is a composition of either a submenu or functions. So that part we now see that, okay, this menu, demo HR user menu, which we created, is a composition of submenus and functions. So if we basically query for any of these submenu, we will see that that's also a menu. So we should remember a submenu is also a menu. So we can just, for our sake of just knowing how the submenu looks like, we can see that, okay, we can look for this submenu, we can query for this submenu and see what are the components within that submenu. So as you can see here, this submenu US SHRMS FastPath is a submenu for our previous menu, but it itself is a menu with all these functions. So that's about the menus and functions. So we associate all these menus and functions we create based on our needs. And if we are trying to create a responsibility based on another responsibility, we are going to copy the menus and submenus from that responsibility and create our own responsibility. So this was a short tutorial on functions and menus, and I hope that really helped you, and we will come up with more tutorials, and then definitely in the future tutorials we will create another menu and function, and then you should be able to do a lot more work hands-on. So until then, enjoy and happy learning Oracle apps.